pilgrimage for active peace is here to mark its presence on the slopes of Mount Shasta, revered by the indigenous people for centuries. Preparations are underway for a fire ceremony to restore balance and promote harmony within the elemental world and also between that world and its inhabitants, we humans and the animal and spirit realms.
When you look around, the problems look so big. We got the rainforest being destroyed, the oceans are slowly being contaminated, and yet all you can do is your little part. And if enough people do their little part, the general influence that so many small pieces can have, hopefully will become large enough to counteract, a lot of the negative forces.
And I think everybody feels on their own individual level whatever they can do to promote peace on the planet, to kind of give our kids something to grow for. What do we give? What do we have for posterity? When they get older and they start asking the questions, they're going to say, "Dad, where were you? What were you doing? How come the environment got to this level? And why did the environment get to this level? Where was your inner being? What was your heart telling you to do? And so I feel like if everybody does a little bit, right, you follow your own little space, then it'll grow."
I must share with you my experience in this short period of pilgrimage for active peace. The pilgrimage for active peace is started last month, September the 3rd, and until now it is just a little bit over 1 month. And within these, the kind of development that took place through our action, through our activity, it is tremendous and it is really encouraging. I am sincerely encouraged.
One month after leaving California, the pilgrimage's next event is back in India. In the teeming capital of Delhi, there is relative calm and quiet at Rajghat, next to the river Yamuna, the resting place of Mahatma Gandhi. His Holiness Tai Situpa chose this spot because, as he himself has explained, Gandhi exemplifies the power of non-violent peace and love in the face of oppression and violence. He is an icon of active peace, whose example is an inspiration for us in this world at all times. Paying their respects in silence at this sacred place is a fitting act before the speeches of the Interfaith Symposium that followed. His Holiness the Dalai Lama and His Holiness the Shankaracharya, amongst others, graced the event. Here, His Holiness enters to participate in the pilgrimage for the second time since Mount Tamalpais. The theme was how to carry forward 12th Kenting Thai Situpa's vision of active peace, and the 10 religious leaders present called on the world's secular leaders to sincerely join in this noble vision in thought and action.
Dharmacharyas and spiritual leaders, scholars, delegates and honored guests from India and abroad. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure and happiness to welcome you all to this inaugural ceremony of the Interfaith Conference at New Delhi, which is the most significant event of our pilgrimage for active peace. It is my privilege to welcome the holy Dharmacharyas and the spiritual personages we are blessed to have among us today. No words are adequate to describe the great qualities and spiritual influences of each one of them. We are indeed very fortunate to have with us today a galaxy of religious and spiritual luminaries. Persons like His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, Swami Swarupanandaji Saraswati, Dr. Paulus Mar Gregorius, Mulana Abdul Karim Parekh, Baba Virsa Singh, and Acharya Murti Surshil Kumar are not partisan leader of a narrow religious sects. Such persons are torch-bearers for mankind. We are also happy to have among us Mr. Nobumichi Konko, leader of the Shinto religion of Japan of the Judean Synagogue in New Delhi. The pilgrimage for active peace was launched for a specific need, a need to redefine the concept of peace. The meaning of peace should not be limited to mere avoidance of war. If the world situation continues as it is now, in about 50 years, our world will be asked if there had been a major war. The environmental devastations, refugee upheavals, child immortality, global economic imbalances, educational disintegration, etc. Therefore, I started this pilgrimage for active peace to focus attention on a new definition of peace. That is active peace, working to improve the conditions of life on earth. We are meeting in a land that has essentially been a land of peace through millennia. India has a rich cultural heritage symbolized by the wisdom which is contained in the holy scripts of many religions, and by the practice of love and compassion for all living beings. Many saints, rulers, social reformers, intellectuals, poets, artists, writers, scientists, they all have been united in their common inspiration of emancipation from bondage. It has thus a very rich heritage that we all share with the people of India. And on this occasion, we pay our homage to all those great men and women of this holy land who have bequeathed this heritage to mankind.
等于什么罗罗罗设计，你们在那早些了给确实的，好呢，看了特别几点收益。看给人家了用个没个见没个，吃个没个当没个，我没个做没个，他的对面真是没，这个年纪是的我，早晚上街往上街，大伙在路上车，上了归了热了身，冬天来个新年个，带到大爷上上街，带个家中好了笑。带到好些些路，那样带来娘们就，老买我也带我居民切都说，身边那样都忙就，这个忙就那忙就，谁的年华没就心，那样一没带忙就，谢谢那我那我当谢谢那就好，谢谢当年那就能多多没生活。
लामा जी की आदेशों का अवहेलना करना मेरे लिए संभव नहीं है, अर्थात मैं आपके सामने उपस्थित हूँ। आप ये ना समझें कि मैं बौद्ध धर्म की प्रतिनिधित्व कर रहा हूँ। मेरे लिए बौद्ध धर्म की प्रतिनिधित्व करने की क्षमता नहीं है, ना ही मैं कोई धार्मिक नेता हूँ। आप सब जानते हैं मैं मात्र एक विश्वविद्यालय की अध्यापक हूँ।
ओम नमो अरिहंतानं नमो सिद्धानं नमो आयरियानं नमो युवज्जायानं नमो लोये सब साहूनं एसो पंच नमोकारो सर्वपावपणासनो मंगलानंच सर्वेशि परमं हवै मंगलम् चैता भारवासं चकवटी महेलियो संति संति करेलोए पत्तो गई मनोतरम ओ
You know, some years ago, even 50 years ago, people used to say slavery has always been part of history, and therefore we will never be able to abolish slavery. But we have made some progress. I don't say slavery is completely abolished today, but at least we have made some progress in abolishing slavery from the world. Like that, we should be able to abolish war also from this world. That is where the religions have to play a big role. When politicians and state people may say that war is inevitable, the religious people must have the strength and the courage to say, no, war can be eliminated. Human beings can learn to live together in peace without fighting each other. But again, I want to remind you that the condition of peace is justice. If there is no justice, in an unjust world, there will always be war. Where people are unjustly exploiting and taking away what belongs to others, where people are unjustly exploiting each other, war will always be there. Therefore, I would say that the fight that we have to fight is against both war and against injustice in the same step.
श्रीमद् भगवद गीता में भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने ये बतलाया कि जो पृथक पृथक पदार्थों में एक तत्व को देखता है, उस एक तत्व का देखना ही सात्विक ज्ञान है। तो इस प्रकार का ज्ञान हमारे वेदों में वर्णित है और उसके द्वारा हमें ये शिक्षा मिलती है कि परमात्मा समस्त विश्व में व्याप्त है। और अगर हम ये कहें कि परमात्मा से विश्व नाम की कोई वस्तु अलग नहीं है तो ये अनुचित नहीं होगा। सर्वश्रेष्ठ भगवान का भक्त कौन है, इसकी चर्चा श्रीमद् भागवत में आती है, जिसमें कहा गया है कि सर्वभूतेषु यः पश्येत् भगवद्भावमात्मनः भूतानि भगवत्यात्मन्येष भागवतोत्तमः। परमेश्वर का सबसे बड़ा भक्त कौन है, इस प्रश्न का उत्तर देते हुए कहा गया कि सब प्राणियों में जो भगवान को देखता है और उस भगवान को अपनी आत्मा से अभिन्न समझता है, वो भगवान के भक्तों में सर्वश्रेष्ठ है। मनुष्य सबसे अधिक प्रेम यदि किसी से करता है तो वो अपने आप से करता है। अपने से अधिक और कोई वस्तु प्यारी नहीं होती, ये नियम है। मनुष्य यदि अपने पुत्र से प्रेम करता है तो अपने लिए करता है, स्त्री अपने पति से प्रेम करती है तो अपने लिए करती है, पति पत्नी से प्रेम करता है तो अपने लिए करता है। आत्मा सबका सर्वाधिक प्रिय है, सब प्राणियों का परम प्रेमास्पद है और इसलिए सब लोग अपने से सबसे अधिक प्रेम करते हैं। तो और जिनसे हमारा और भी प्रेम होता है वो आत्मा के संबंध से होता है, जो आत्मीय होते हैं उनसे हमारा प्रेम होता है। तो जब हम सारे विश्व को परमात्मा का स्वरूप समझते हैं और परमात्मा को अपनी अंतरात्मा से अभिन्न समझते हैं, यही भगवान शंकराचार्य का सिद्धांत।
परीक्षा का एक लक्ष्य है, एक इम्तिहान की जगह है जहाँ आदम के बेटों ने या मानव जाति के लोगों ने करीब 50-60 साल जीवन में जो कुछ उन्होंने कार्य किया है उसे यहाँ से लेकर के उन्होंने जाना है।
As a religious person, follower of Lord Buddha, I only see one purpose for the existence of the religion. That purpose is to serve the humanity, make the life of people better. I see that as the only purpose. Based on that principle, with deep faith, I requested the head of the religions to participate, pray, and deliver messages of peace as part of the pilgrimage for active peace. It is great encouragement and promise that there is a hope for the mankind. The men and women throughout the world who are striving and working hard for betterment of this human society, to make this world a better place for future generation. There is a hope. I'm deeply encouraged. Therefore, I'd like to thank you all from the depth of my heart. Thank you.
Delhi Declaration by Dharmacharyas of 10 religions. We Dharmacharyas of 10 religions of the world met in New Delhi on November 10th and 11th in the year 1989 at a significant interfaith conference as a part of the pilgrimage for active peace. We met in a land that has essentially been a land of peace through millennia. We pay our homage to Mahatma Gandhi, whose concept of truth and non-violence generated active peace both as national and international levels. We were very glad to have found complete unanimity amongst ourselves on the role of religion for promoting peace. We reiterate the essential unity of all the religions and advocate scrupulous observance of ethical and moral conduct with which alone can provide strong foundations of continuing peace. We appeal to all people to consciously believe in and act accordingly to these basic tenets. We also appeal to the world, bodies and the governments of all the countries that they may endeavor to achieve a world of environmental, socio-economic and political justice with the deep concern and urgency that is called for at the present juncture of human history.
We have now reached the concluding stage of this pilgrimage for active peace, most appropriately and auspiciously at the great stupa of Bodhanath, the largest functioning stupa in the Buddhist world, blessed by the great Guru Padmasambhava and countless holy beings, sacred to all the Buddhist population of the Himalayas and the world over. Here a large offering ceremony of 100,000 butter lamps is prepared. And His Holiness, the 12th Thai Situpa bestows blessings on the devotees who have enthusiastically gathered. Drawn by the place, Guru Vajradhara and his vision embodied in this extensive and extraordinary pilgrimage.
One of the participants in the pilgrimage told me that you have had a vision or a dream to make a pilgrimage for peace for many years. Can you tell us about the origins of that vision? So how did it all begin?
Well, generally speaking, every human being have a responsibility towards everyone else. And as I see it, for so many centuries, the human race went through wars and all kind of conflicts. And all of this really comes down to individual quest. And I felt that as one person, I have to make my contribution. And through that kind of inspiration, then all my work started. And it is quite simple and personal. That's where it began. Yes.
And what is active peace?
Actually, peace, I don't believe as a absence of war only, or let's say mere absence of war. Peace, actual lasting one, I believe is a appropriate, well-developed, wise social, economic, education system that has to be refined constantly, and that has to be carried out, that has to be passed down from one generation to another generation. And it is constant effort, active peace. I don't believe that once you achieve a peaceful state and then you can be irresponsible and the peace will continue. I don't believe in that. It is active. One have to put action and one have to improve. And that way, then the harmonious, happy state of life, more happier human being, more wise, more kind, more efficient, and better life for everybody can be achieved. And that is a basic definition of active peace.
Why did you launch the pilgrimage for active peace?
As a person in religion, beside my own religion, which is Buddhism, I believe in all the other religion as they are holy and they are for the benefit of others. And the common belief of all religion, which is pilgrimage. My effort for peace, I decided to start with visiting few places around the world which are spiritually and socially important. I prayed on those holy places that the education system, economy system, political system, environmental conditions should improve, that they should produce better and happy human beings.